Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Bugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So yes, guys, we're here live tonight, and just to get out of the way at the beginning, we will also be live on Patreon at patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures at the end of the show, where we're going to talk about the Oscar nominations, the Razzie nominations, and all that controversy going on, being mean to children and all that good stuff. And yeah, and whatever else comes up. It all starts at just $1, and we're very animated on there and a little more spicy. So I think it's worth it, and I think you'll be happy. Spicy. Well, it's going to get spicy tomorrow because we have another Flesh Wound After Dark, the Animal Instincts trilogy. So that'll be good. So that's debuting tomorrow. We have an icon coming on the show, an XPW icon, an AVN Hall of Famer icon. Slava is going to be on the show. I know that's going to be one hell of an interview. So lots of cool stuff coming up from all sorts of different variations of Flesh Wound.
What do we have Sunday, Dan? Another episode.
Sunday, we have more wrestling, Todd. We have
Why did I remind you?
The Royal Rumble. Yes, we're going to have our Royal Rumble show. So yeah, you'll have a lot of us this week. We have a Wild Eye show coming up soon as well, and all kinds of good stuff. It's Oscar season now too, so it's going to be really busy. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going on.
Lube it up, get it in.
There you go. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll do that on Patreon. I got to stop myself.
Pussy.
Ben Grimm. Royal Rumble is Saturday, right? Yes.
Correct.
Ben. Yes, I like Saturdays. There's people that bitch about Saturdays.
Yeah, well, some people want to do shit.
People don't have lives
like
anymore.
Saturdays.
It's not the 90s, Todd. God damn it. It's
Honestly, it ends at early enough to go out. So.
Yeah, me personally.
Not for old people.
Me personally, I prefer pay-per-views on Sundays because, like, Saturday's the night that you want to go out drinking, and then Sunday you can just be lazy and watch wrestling.
You can watch it hungover.
Yeah. Or just keep the fucking night going.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. But the Rumble's always fun, so we'll have a good time with that. Also, the night of the Rumble, if you're on Discord, I'll be trying to post on Discord a little bit as I watch it. Also, Twitter. You can follow Flesh Wound Radio on Twitter, or all of us individually as well. That's cool. And I think that's all I have in terms of announcements, I believe. Shout out to the chat tonight. Ben Grimm, My Mail, Brian Trash, GXH, welcome. Yes, Slava, it's going to be a good one. Ben Grimm, yes, you're not going to want to miss the Slava interview. I think it's going to be interesting, whether you're a horror fan, wrestling fan, both.
Or a fan of adult entertainment.
Or a fan of adult entertainment.
He legitimately hits like 3 of our shows. He's got the horror, he's got the wrestling, and he's got the adults.
Yeah. Match made in heaven or hell, depending how you look at it. So yes, Slava is coming to Flesh Wound Features.
He's got cool gold shoes too. Those are badass.
Oh, nice. All right, guys. So we'll get right into it with our big theatrical release of the evening from co-directors Nicholas D. Johnson and Will Merrick. And in this one, it is Missing. And in this film, when her mother disappears while on vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, June's search for answers is hindered by international red tape. Stuck thousands of miles away in Los Angeles, June creatively uses all the latest technology at her fingertips to try and find her before it's too late. But as she digs deeper, her digital sleuthing raises more questions than answers. And when June unravels the secrets about her mom, she discovers that she never really knew her at all. All right, so Searching from 2018, I believe it was a pleasant surprise just one of those movies. Not that I expected it to suck or anything, but it ended up being surprisingly great. And I was really curious to check out this, which is not a sequel or anything. It just takes place in the same universe.
Yeah, it was tested as Searching too. I do want to say, I mean, it is perfect. I mean, this is legitimately the American action movie now, sitting at home on the computer.
Yes, soon we're just gonna have like Vin Diesel, just send, just boom. Their laptop blows their head off. But these are, I guess, Screen Life.
Yeah,
is the official term now. Screen Life movies. There've been not a lot really, but it's growing. I think this is something. Soon you're going to kind of have that Paranormal Activity boom where we just get tons of these.
As an editor, it's very creative for me to like watch them and how they're putting it all together and make it all work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and there's like some shots in this movie specifically that were really, really well done for being like a shot on a computer. Like some of the emoji or something would pop off in the corner, like while they were talking about their character and stuff like that. It was really cool.
And I'm somebody that when these kind of started, I was a little bit not.
Wait, Dan, you weren't enthusiastic about something different?
But you know what?
Call me shocked.
I've liked most of them. We reviewed Profile, the Timur Bekmambetov movie, where she's like communicating with the terrorist and kind of falls in love with them, and that one was really suspenseful. One of the earlier ones for this that I always like to recommend from IFC Midnight, The Den from 2013.
Oh yeah, The Den's really good.
Great movie.
Unfriended too. Unfriended, I'm a fan of.
Unfriended, Open Windows with Elijah Wood.
That's the shit. Yeah.
Collingswood Story is another one. That's an early one. That was like 2006, I think. So generally speaking, a lot of them tend to be pretty good. So with this one, I like how they opened it up with that Unfiction show just to sort of recognize that, searching did happen. And there's that slight little callback to that movie. You don't need to see Searching. You should. It is my favorite out of the two, but I like this one a lot. It throws a lot of red herrings at you and kind of keeps you guessing. On the slightly negative side, when all's said and done, how do I put this? When you think about the whole picture, the master plan, certain things like I don't think you had to be that elaborate. If you really think about it, a lot of it started to hit me later when I was digesting the movie. There's nothing awful or particularly stupid or anything that really took me out of it. It's just afterwards I was thinking, did you really have to go here to accomplish your goals? There's a lot.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
A lot of little things. I'm like, this, I don't know. But I enjoyed the hell out of it while I was watching it. I thought it was a really good mystery. I think Storm Reed, I thought was really, really good. And Nia Long, always great. Always love to see her. It does a pretty good job of throwing you off with the red herrings. And I thought it was really well written, and I had a blast with it. Kruger, what did you think?
I actually like this one a lot. I do like Searching a little bit more, but this, I mean, it had my attention the whole time, and I was really interested to see like what was really happening in the mystery. And all the acting was really well done. A couple of the turns that it took, I wasn't expecting. And one thing that was kind of funny is the whole online dating angle and all that stuff that they were implementing in the movie. I was actually on a first date with somebody I met online. So I was like, that's kind of funny that, they're taking that angle in the movie. And
don't worry, I'm not going to kidnap you.
That's funny. That's the whole thing I was thinking. At certain things, I'm like, damn, this is probably not the best first date movie for Kruger.
Yeah, but and by the end, like I really liked the ending, like and where they went with it, and also how it all ties back around to the searching universe is really cool. I hope we get more of these. And it's not going to be like one of my favorite movies I've watched all year, but for what it was, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the screen life concept in movies, and again, I kind of brought that up with the whole editing thing. It's like it's like putting a puzzle together, so I really like watching them. And this one's no different. I do, because I haven't watched it since it came out, but I think missing was just a slightly. I think because of the things you pointed out, Dan, that like kind of goes a little too far to accomplish it. I think that's what Searching nails better. They don't, and I get why they did it because it is a movie. You're trying to make it bigger and grander, but it was unnecessary. And honestly, budgetary wise, you probably would have saved that money that a little different, but whatever. It's entertaining the whole time. It's weird. These movies where you're like just watching a screen and how some of them can deliver like this, it's really, really good. So I look forward to more. I may have to rewatch The Den. I've watched that in forever.
Yeah, Den's really good. That wave of IFC midnight movies
back when they were great.
Almost every one. Or at least really good. I mean, there might be a couple duds, but generally speaking.
Then they got Scream Factory. So there you go.
Yeah, now everything's going down the shitter.
Well, it's hit or miss. They still put out some good stuff, but
once in a while. But I remember back in the day, the IFC channel. Like I used to watch that shit just all day because it was always great movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Storm Reed and Nia Long had great chemistry. Certainly felt for I thought this was really good. Storm Reed, really good actress. I'm kind of curious to see her in more, and I'm sure if we criticize her she won't cry about it on the internet. But anyways, why are you bringing up my comment?
Because I want you to answer it. Just read it.
Okay, I'm confusing. I was confused. I was like,
you are confusing.
Fuck you, Todd. Me, do you have a favorite Screen Life movie? I don't know if I have a favorite one yet. I'd have to really revisit The Den too, because I did like The Den a lot, but it's been a minute. So ask me again a couple years from now, because I think we're going to get a lot of them.
Well, it's your favorite as of now, Dan. Not like we're not asking you what can come out in the future if you'd like.
I'd have to pull a list.
All right, Kruger, do you have a favorite?
Probably Unfriended.
Okay.
The blender scene, man, like that is just one of my favorite kills in like that found footage style. Bugs,
do you have one?
I don't have one.
Okay, well, I'm Lucky Bastard because I'm surprised Dan didn't pick it.
Shit, I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
I forgot about it too. Oh, Girl House counts.
That counts?
No, that doesn't count.
Well, it's webcam. I still say that.
Yeah,
but we go off of the web and
we do off. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I forgot about that.
So like if that's the case, that's an easy call.
Girl,
that's right. I forgot we do go into real life.
I have a cast signed Lucky Bastard poster back there. You probably can't see it because it's way back.
Fuck, that may be my favorite. I totally forgot about that movie. Like it just left my brain, but I remember watching that and being like, holy shit.
I think we just decided on a Lucky Bastard watch along.
Yeah, that would be fun.
There you go.
All right, I guess we should rate this one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. I had a blast. I give it a 4 out of 5. Probably would have even gone higher, but like I said, when you're digesting it later, there are things. But my enjoyment in the theater was really strong.
For me, I'm a 3 out of 5, but I did like it a lot. It just, not a lot of blood and violence, so I couldn't go through that.
Makes sense. I'm also a 4. I really did like this one. Made me want to rewatch the first one.
You needed somebody to get their nutsack torn off on the camera. We could have worked that in, goddammit.
That was in profile.
There were side characters. I mean, you could have, I don't know. All right, moving on to our next film of the evening as I knock my cat off my note pile. There's Something Wrong with the Children. And this is an MGM Plus film, MGM Plus / Blumhouse film from director Roxanne Benjamin. And in this one, A family takes a weekend trip with longtime friends and their 2 young children, but they suspect something supernatural when the kids behave strangely after disappearing into the woods overnight. All right, so Roxanne Benjamin, she directed the Siren segment in Southbound. She did the Don't Fall segment in XX, the all-female horror anthology. And she did a movie that I remember being quite disappointing called Body at Brighton Rock, I believe. It was kind of a lame survival movie that I was excited for and didn't deliver. But does this one deliver? Who tag to anybody that wants to go first?
Go for it, Kruger.
I could go.
Sure.
So I like the family drama aspect of the story in the beginning. I was actually pretty invested on what was going on with the couple that had the kids. And once, we get into the horror stuff, I was interested to see where it went, but what we ended up getting, like I was way more invested in the movie, and then I was super underwhelmed with what they were bringing, like in the third and final act. And just overall, like it kind of lost my attention because of, there isn't like, I'm trying to dance around spoilers, but yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about. But whatever was going on with the kids, I was expecting something a lot cooler. And yeah, I kind of checked out by the end of the movie. So overall, it started strong, but by the end, I was pretty checked out.
Kruger, I am exactly with you. I like what was going on. I liked the adult actors. The kids were fine, but there was
them fucking kids.
Their acting was fine. They acting like real kids. And honestly, not a big loss. I wish they would have stuck with the adults. At least the one character. I was invested in him. Yeah, but it was. I just went from being excited to underwhelmed to just disappointed. I can't recommend this movie. It's just okay. It would have been better as what Ben said, Goosebumps episode, which apparently they might have ripped off.
Todd, you want to go or?
Well, Ben just said there's a cool horror called The Children that's basically the same story but better done. One of the isn't that After Dark or no? That's
Ghost House. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys or with you two on this one. Like, I was really interested, and then at a certain point, the kids just like I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I want these children to die. Their characters, not the actual children. I'm not the Razzies.
So first of all, another thing that they really rip off, and it's a much better movie. Here Comes the Devil. It's a 2012 Mexican film.
Yeah, that's how you fucking do it right.
Yeah,
good job, Dan. I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
Very similar story and much more interesting. Adrian Garcia Bagliano, another one that I interviewed way back in the day. Really cool guy, and I see that one. Really, don't waste your time with this. So it's got this. I know everybody loves this, but this 80s synth score that doesn't really fit the movie at all.
Does not.
The whole thing. The kids are never scary. I don't know if it was so much them or the direction, but I was never like unnerved by the kids. I was just annoyed. This movie does have a few moments. I think the back and forth between the two couples is certain secrets are revealed. Their verbal fight scene. I was like, okay, now I'm kind of getting invested in the tension.
Yeah.
But the whole horror aspect of it and story is just really lame. I've seen this done so many times. It's kind of a road to nowhere. Very typical mild Bloom Lights suspense. Yeah, it has a few moments, but yeah, daily goes to amateur hour is how I describe it. Absolutely. Yeah, this is just one of those streaming Blumhouse movies that it isn't very good. There's better options. Here Comes the Devil is the same story.
What sucks about it is it starts off Well, for me at least, I don't know about Kruger. Like a good episode of Into the Dark, and then it just turns to a season 2 episode.
Yep, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's some cool shots here and there, but there's nothing really to recommend it. I didn't hate the adult actors, although I don't know, maybe the chemistry wasn't really there with them either. It just, I was like, oh man, this is it. There's going to be some kind of it goes into different realms with the horror, I suppose, but it's so, there's like one scene involving a shadow. If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. And that's it. And I was just like, this movie is just underwhelming, and there is no point in watching it. No point. I was disappointed. But once again, Here Comes the Devil. Check that one out. That deserves some attention from 2012. It's on Blu-ray. I don't know if it's still in print or not. I think it is. I'm sure you can get a affordable used copy. But yeah, I don't know. And this director too, like I said, Body at Brighton Rock wasn't very good. I don't remember. I'm told I need to rewatch it, but I thought XX was disappointing.
I didn't like it.
It was.
I mean, I know why you didn't, but I mean, I didn't like it.
I'm trying to remember that one.
It's the all-female anthology. I want to say there might have been one good story. I don't think it was hers.
Oh, clearly we all have a vivid memory of it, so that should tell you how good it was.
It was crap.
But you know, Southbound I enjoyed. But I don't know. This director could be more of a Bloom thing than a her thing. But
well, not if the last one wasn't good either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But she did some producing for the VHS movies too. So I don't want to crap on her too hard. But this one is just disappointing. Nothing to it. There's so many better evil.
I liked it a little more until you said, "Here comes the devil." So,
yeah. This is the. It's not even. It's like the new Pepsi version of Here Comes the Devil.
Doesn't like old Pepsi.
So.
Fucking disgusting.
You're a Pepsi hater? Wild cherry Pepsi?
Oh God!
Yeah, but the cherry masks the flavor of Pepsi. We've had this conversation. I was like, that is a great argument.
Wild cherry. I look.
Yeah, because it masks the taste of that shitty Pepsi. Now, if I pour fucking grenadine into fucking shitty beer, it'll taste good. So I don't know what your fucking point is.
My point is, wild cherry Pepsi is fucking good.
Oh, so damn it, dance, Mike.
Damn, Todd. I mean, it's fine. You don't like Pepsi.
Big T says diet Pepsi all day.
This is where I begin my censorship.
This is the bridge too far.
What's up, Big T? Yeah, I don't know. Todd's really passionate about sodas, I guess. But
Pepsi is good. I get mad if I go to a place and I won't go to Regal's because all they have is Pepsi.
And Pepsi.
I prefer Coke, but I can have a Pepsi.
That's why I love AMC. I get the freestyle machine. I can get any fucking Coke I want.
We're talking about a lot more interesting stuff in this movie.
You'll see how if AMC switches, you'll see how sad I am. It'll be insane.
I hope it's all wild cherry Pepsi. I hope they do different variations.
Todd can handle the wild cherry. If you want him to have a bad time, it has to be regular or diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Todd, I'm totally ribbing you next time I buy you a drink at the show.
Oh, here's a Coke.
When I'm down there, when we're all down there, we need to just wait till he's away somewhere and just empty.
You want a Pepsi challenge
and just shove Pepsi. Just take.
You want a Pepsi challenge me? We'll do that shit live on the air if you want to. I'll Pepsi challenge that shit all day. I will like Coke, Diet Coke, Pepsi. I'll know them all.
I'm not saying you can't tell the difference. I'm just saying don't be a baby. Pepsi's okay. I'm not like
the man likes what he likes.
Yeah,
my dad.
Pepsi so much.
Why would I want? Why would I
like
want
either? I don't care.
I'll tell you why. It's personal. My dad, when I was a kid, still to this day, we'll be on a road trip. We'll be on a road trip, dying of thirst. We could be going through Nevada, that drive where there's nothing there, and if we come to a place that just had Pepsi, he wouldn't drink. He would suffer maybe for hours.
Oh, so you're with Dad?
No, I'm not. No,
Todd is with your dad.
He's a dumbass, just like Todd.
Why? Because Okay, well,
Do you have
first of all,
standards?
hold on. First of all, dumbass,
Soda.
a soda is not going to quench your thirst, so that doesn't matter. So he's just as fine not drinking than drinking fucking a carbonated
It
sugar
still
beverage.
quenches your
No,
thirst.
it quenches your thirst, but it's not like taking.
It won't
Sure.
keep you
your thirst.
hydrated. That's what
If
he's
I'm
getting at.
dying in the fucking desert,
Yeah, it's not going to hydrate you. So
no, but it's cool.
So
It's
your dad's a
refreshing.
smart man. I guess he skips a generation.
Fuck you, Dad. All right. On that note, since we're talking about much more, we're fighting about drinks. That we're reviewing a Blumhouse movie when we're fighting about with sodas. So let's see. Well, no, not the streak. Missing was really good. But let's see if we get another good one here with Snowfalls.
We need to rate the last one.
We need, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah. You got me all pissed off.
How many
Don, and I'm
Pepsi cans are you giving the Something Wrong with the Children?
Now it got a 0.
Pepsi Zero.
I give it a half a wild cherry Pepsi can. I did not like it. There's a few good shots, but the experience was not good. Half, not a 0, just a half a wild cherry Pepsi.
I was a 1. Okay. Oh, my bad. Go for it.
You're good.
Okay, I was a 1.5 until Dan reminded me about Here Comes the Devil. Now it's just a 1.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm a 1.5 out of 5.
I'm also 1.5.
Yeah.
Yes. We're gonna get CM Punk on the
Fuck
show.
CM Punk. Ooh, we're gonna
Cal, do you want to
carve it off.
Before we do the next movie? You want to pull up Swaggy G's comment real quick? Oh no,
Swaggy
the other
Pepsi nailed it with Mountain Dew.
No,
there you go.
There's a comment that he put.
No, not like that one for Dad.
I'm gonna get it right on my shoulder. I'm gonna show it.
Which one am I trying to put? Pepsi Twist? I don't know.
No, there's a comment he said directed towards me.
Okay, wait.
Anyways, it's fine. Swaggy
Just read it.
Said, Kruger, thank you for the recommendation for Hypochondriac. Streaming on Tubi, really fucking good movie. One of the best, I think, of last year.
Okay, I don't see that one. Well, good.
You know what? If he had a refreshing Pepsi, he could find the comments faster.
Low blood sugar.
On that note,
why would I want the second?
Did you guys rate the movie?
That's like I can get a Cadillac or a fucking Toyota. Get the fuck out of here.
But it'll still get you to it'll accomplish its purpose.
But what if
Snowfall?
Can we fucking leave the Pepsi talk for Patreon?
All right.
Yeah.
Right? Mr. Pibb smokes all of y'all.
Code Red.
Mr. Bibb.
Code Red takes it all.
Code Red.
All right. So, Snowfalls
Drink of
from director, writer, producer, star, does it all, Colton Tran. And in Snowfalls, after a winter storm strands 5 friends in a remote cabin with no power and little food, disorientation slowly claims their sanity as each of them succumbs to a fear that the snow itself may be contaminated or somehow evil. So that's sounds really good. It is not. This movie is a fucking piece of shit. So this one's actually
goes death to Pepsi.
So this one is actually a lot worse than the previous film. Just blah, forgettable characters. I can't remember any of their names already, and I just watched it last night. I never felt the danger here. They're in this house. They're succumbing to hypothermia, supposedly. It doesn't work, and it doesn't sell it because it's obvious that there's not this massive, impossible to navigate snowstorm outside. You can clearly see that you're only dealing with a very tiny amount of snow. And we even show the car at one point. And it's just like, I don't think you guys are as screwed as we're supposed to believe you're screwed. The hypothermia angle just does not work. I know this one's lower budget. I know it's shot in like 6 days. But it looks shitty. It looks cheap. There's the lighting, color grading. It looks very off, just like it was thrown together fast. And I usually am an easy mark for these survival horror films. And I do recommend one we reviewed not too long ago called Frost from Brandon Slagle, which had a great ending. I just, you know what? We're in the house.
That's not fair, Dan.
But
they worked with something else, dude.
Trapped in the Cold, great ending. This one is just, oh my God, will this fucking end already? I don't believe it.
Ben Grimm, how did people live in cabins without electricity? LOL. They act like no electricity, and you'll automatically die in that matter.
Yeah, and start trying to kill each other. This movie's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I hated it.
If we were camping with Dan, he might be the first to go.
Look at me. You know I would be the last one standing in a
motherfucker. We're gonna tauntaun your ass. Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I would survive. I would survive.
You're acting like the climate is the problem. We're just gonna kill you so you're not in the way.
Damn. I see.
Then let Clint piss on your corpse.
Fuck. Jeez. But yeah, I don't know. We're in this warm, cozy house. They have their winter gear. It just they have their winter hats and everything. It's like, come on. Then we have like a magic snowflake at one point. I think I just wanted this to.
I did roll my eyes at that point.
Yeah,
the snowman was okay.
I think we just gave Caesar a new nickname.
What, the magic snowflake?
Damn. Yeah, this was
the snowman
really
imagery was cool. I was like, oh, I wish we watched the movie about an army of snowmen attacking this fucking cabin.
Yeah, that would have been rad. Like an army of killer snowman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's my bit.
Shit.
That's my
Ben Grimm does bringing up the Russian sleep experiments, which I was kind of like, man, I'd like to be watching like some creepypasta on that. Or
there is a movie that came out last year about the Russian sleep experiments. But I tried watching it and it's fucking super low budget and shitty. Unfortunately,
we need like budget for that though. Really?
Yeah, but dude, trust me, I'm a guy that will finish a movie when I start it usually, but that one no.
What did you think of Snowfalls?
Yeah, it was pretty shitty, to be honest with you. For a movie that's not very long, it felt like it was like 3.5 hours long. The characters, I didn't care for any of them or anything really going on with like their little relationships. Cool killer snowman for 15 seconds, but outside of that, this was really shit.
A hallucination, I should say.
Hallucination of a killer snowman. But this was kind of garbage, and I regretted watching it and wasting the amount of time I did on it because it felt like an eternity.
I'm sorry, Kruger.
Yeah, you should be.
It was the new one. It was one of the big ones of the week.
Fucking.
I think I liked it a little more than you two, but it's still fucking caca. It's a bad movie. It starts off like I wish they would have went the comedy route because it's that placement and like a sex comedy. I'm all about it. These dudes just drop the ball in everything except the fucking snowman and then the magical fucking snowflake. Which is funny because one of them. Well, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Didn't care for it. I thought there was potential there. Maybe not for a horror movie. Those people seem like those characteristics fit more in a comedy than a fucking horror story. So they can all fuck off.
Yeah. I don't want to be in a cabin with any of these people. I don't know that they were all bad actors or anything. It's just the writing. Yeah. Just everything, but you totally kill it. Some of those outside shots where it's like, I mean, I've had I'm sure all of you too, especially in California, have dealt with no power. Maybe you haven't dealt with
Black
extreme cold.
Oh, you Disney.
I've had to be in extreme cold for like at least a week. You're not like hallucinating.
Yeah, maybe that shit. Fuck all that.
So.
Man, my power's been out like 3 times, like the 20 years I lived here.
Oh, really? You've been lucky because you got
a fucking mouse.
Mouse, yeah, dude. Mouse is right down the street.
We got the best power grid on the West Coast. Come on.
It's just powered by his evil, like it's slaughtering
all the souls of children.
While Disney's like head is in the basement, just fucking being like that's why they need all the power. Yeah.
Did you know there was a movie about Uncle Walt's frozen head? just like takes place at Disneyland and in the back
What
of
the
Disneyland.
fuck?
That's awesome.
It's no Escape from Tomorrow, I'll tell you that. But
Oh, Escape from Tomorrow is so good. If you're since we have some shitty movies tonight so far, well, except Missing. Yeah, Escape from Tomorrow. If you haven't seen that, add it to your list. You won't believe that movie got made.
that'd be a fun watch along too, because with all the Disney stuff, you know what? I got to get Ozzy and Greg on that one since they both work there.
Yeah, shit.
Maybe we can get a Joey Ryan interview.
Well, we'll just tell them we're a Christian podcast now.
Yeah, he could tell our listeners about God.
Born again wounds.
Hashtag dick flips
No,
for Jesus.
We got our flesh wounds there.
Yeah,
there you go.
but we're born again now.
All right.
After last week, I saw the fucking Devil's Conspiracy. What was the other one that turned me into? No, I ended up watching some interview with some 90s gangster rapper who's all religious. And I was like, what the fuck? So then,
Can't escape.
Then I got out of Devil's fucking
Conspiracy.
Thought I believed in fairy tales.
I literally almost went to go see that yesterday. I'm glad. I know you said it wasn't good, but I was interested enough with the trailer. But
so we got to rate this turd.
Yeah, I won't say don't watch it. It's bad, but I mean you'll probably get mad. See, it's hard for me to tell you guys when it comes to religious stuff because I don't know.
Oh,
but I will tell you this.
Wait, are you talking Devil's
Dan went to Snowfall.
No, I'm just telling him Devil's Conspiracy.
Devil's Conspiracy.
No, this movie's a piece of shit, and I'd rather talk about that piece of shit because at least that one was more entertaining.
I've heard Devil Conspiracy has a high camp value.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was laughing at just the thought of these things. Then I remember people. I better stop before we should.
All right, Snowfall. Fuck that movie. That's a 0, and that's a strong 0. I can't even give that half a wild cherry Pepsi.
I'm gonna give it half a squirt of piss. I meant wild cherry Pepsi too. Same thing.
I'm a half star as well.
I'm a half star.
All right, well there you go. You got
it. So what do we call that one?
Well, Dan gave it a 0, so it doesn't matter.
You fucked
it
up,
give it a
Dan.
0. Well, it's a 0. I don't think it deserves the half star.
The Pepsi 0.
Yes.
That's Ozzy's favorite Pepsi.
All right, moving on. Don't tell me Ozzy likes that. Makes me want to turn heel now.
He just turned.
Slasher Home Video. Are you guys ever gonna cover the Christian Saw movie? What the fuck is that?
Did that come up on this show? I remember.
I don't know why my comments are coming up so late on this.
YouTube's been a little bit.
I'm not on YouTube though, Dylan. I mean,
oh, okay. Yeah,
did you call him dumb? I'm not on YouTube, dumb.
I didn't say that. It sounded. No, I didn't say that. Well, now, dumb. I am gonna say that.
Jesus. All right. Next up,
Slash Home Video. If you know the name of that movie, please put it down because
I know you've asked.
We talked about it offline one night, Dan. Oh, yeah, so check your DMs.
Yeah, I'll figure that out, Chris. I know what you're talking about. All right. So moving on to our next film, which I was actually excited about this one for the star, and it is from director Matthias Malstrasio, and it is In Dreams, not to be confused with the 1999 film. This is a Screambox original where you can watch it on there now, and it stars Bianca Van Damme, daughter of Jean-Claude. So let's see if she can keep up her dad's quality. After her grandfather's murder, Alma and her husband Eddie decide to go away to her childhood cabin in the woods, where her life will develop into a surreal confusion in which her vigil becomes an oniric and her dreams turn real. Probably said that word wrong, but there you go. I give it my best shot. So, all right.
Real quick, Slasher Home Video said had Roddy Piper in it, the Redeemer or something, and then he came up with the Reconciler.
Okay.
I've never seen that.
Oh, I don't know.
Mark it. Thanks, Slasher.
Yes. All right. So, In Dreams. So, Bianca Van Damme hasn't done a ton of movies. She has done several with her dad, including The Shepherd, which is a good one. Assassination Games, which is really good. 6 Bullets, which I like better than Taken. It's kind of a Van Damme revenge movie. The not so great Alien Uprising, which her dad actually has a small role in. It's more of a her thing. And Welcome to the Jungle, Jean-Claude Van Damme comedy. I've really liked her, and I've kind of been wanting her to kind of branch out a little bit, not just do movies with her dad. And so I was excited for this one. So this one, I had a blast with it. And that might be partially because of her. The negative within Dreams is you'll see you're way ahead of the plot. You know what's coming 1,000 miles away. But if you like thrillers, I still had a lot of fun with it. There is a sort of action angle to it at the same time. She even does some of her dad's moves, which I thought was really cool. You got to make her a kickboxer. She's a Van Damme. So we do have a kickboxing training montage at the beginning.
Yeah,
I think
my eyes so hard.
Team Tom Poe. Miley bleeds.
I really like her a lot. Also beautiful girl, and there's a nice bit of nudity in here from Bianca.
Yeah, it was weird on Screambox. They said this was PG-13, and then like within like the first 10 minutes, I saw boobs,
titties,
and I was like,
that is a misprint.
It was dark, so
you get a full glimpse of the boobs.
Dan was looking hard. He knows what he's on.
Don't question me, Pugs.
No, I'm telling you, it was dark. I couldn't see it that well.
He's like in the action. Enhance, zoom, enhance, zoom.
They're nice. They're nice. I'll just put it that way.
Jesus Christ.
But I like these kind of thrillers. It felt like a throwback kind of to the 90s. I mean, yeah, you know what's coming. The twist is barely even a twist. I think the opening almost kind of gives it away long in advance. But I still enjoyed the ride. I think she's got the chops to, I think, be a pretty big star if she's lucky. And I smiled when we get to like the revenge portion and everything. We get a little bit of action from her. I thought that was all really cool. And I thought it was lit really well. The movie looks good. After watching the other two, man, I needed something to entertain me, and maybe the fact that I watched this last
definitely lubed it up,
yeah, for sure. Because I was Snowfall and There's Something Wrong with the Children back to back. I was just like, oh my god, please don't let this one suck. And I'm happy to report I had a good time with it. I kind of would have cut off that ending a little bit. We have the ending, and then the like after credits thing that was just like, or mid credits thing, where I was like, you didn't need that. I get it. I get it. You can be ambiguous, but you don't really need that extra bit. Yeah, I dug it. I'm gonna guess you did too, Todd. I think maybe I'm wrong.
You should know better. Did you mention this was from Screambox?
Yes, yeah. Screambox original.
Okay. Ben said that the Screambox movies are also on Hoopla, the library app, which are free. So you just check them out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Anyway.
Cool.
It had the wrong Van Damme in it. I didn't care.
Damn God.
I watched this.
Have you ever watched a single movie with her in it before this?
Probably, but I didn't know it was her. I watched this one, and I watched this one before the other two, so I was bored. So it was just downhill for me.
Yeah, it's pretty mid for me too. I was surprised you're sucking off as hard as you did until you said you lubed it up after the first two, which does elevate it.
No, it's because it has some VD and Dan's.
Some nepotism. Like the movie's fine. You do see it coming from like long.
100%, yes.
But I would like one of these movies to have some fucking balls and just commit and not have have the other plan succeed. Let's watch that fucking movie. Where's that ending? It was just okay. I don't feel like I wasted my time, but I could have spent it doing something better or watching something better. It was okay.
There's there's a sex scene. I'll just put it that way. Where
That
I was
didn't
like,
do anything for
really,
me.
you're gonna do that right now? Like you're gonna.
To be fair, he did
that.
like, "Are you sure?" And also,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't even give a shit. Fuck this movie.
I like.
What do you
it.
think?
It's flawed, but I liked it.
It was I thought the cinematography was actually pretty top notch. There was some really cool visuals, especially that opening scene with the bathtub and the skull mask. I thought that shot was really, really cool. And I like the main character and how we weren't sure what was in her head or in her dream state that she said she was drifting off and what was actually reality. But yeah, the twist in the story, I mean, you could see it coming a mile away, especially as soon as the two other people showed up to the cabin. Like I already knew exactly, like right when they walked through the door, where it was going to go. So that made it a little bit unsatisfying, but there were some decent kills, at least at the end. And but as a whole, I would just say it's about average.
I liked it so much. I wanted to be in a new Bloodsport movie with Dad.
Oh my god!
Is it about getting her period?
Oh, god damn, Pug. That's offensive as shit.
Is it?
Yeah, god damn.
I said her? A person that
Let's
menstruates?
just get you a no ma'am shirt for Married with Children after that one. Holy shit.
Dan, I'll let you borrow.
I'll hang out with Al Bundy. Fuck
No,
yeah.
right? Like Dan's acting like that's a bad thing on the air. He knows he's ready to fucking NWO take his shit off.
But anyways.
So yeah, my thoughts on this week, all of the movies were a bust, other than the theatrical.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the theatrical, but yeah, all these movies are pretty fucking low tier. I was pretty
We're
bummed.
definitely in January.
I thought In Dreams also didn't overstay its welcome. It's 80 minutes with credits. It was more entertaining than the typical Hollywood thriller that we would get.
I
Yes, we
understand
just
that.
talked about Missing earlier, which is a Hollywood thriller, but whatever. Okay.
The usual one. It's better than
What? Yeah, give me an example, Dan.
what's
Fast 9.
Cold
Okay.
Creek Manor. Fuck you, Dad. That's not
That
a
was
fucking
like 20
thriller,
fucking
you son of a
years
bitch.
ago, Dan.
Cold
Jesus
Creek Manor.
Christ.
That other
Hold
one
on,
that Dennis
Grandpa.
Quaid was
I'm
into.
gonna. We're looking up what year that shit came out.
I didn't say it was new. It's fucking
Oh,
Hollywood.
Well, if we're talking about a fucking
The
modern
one
thing,
that Beyonce was in. I don't remember all the stupid names. That's the problem. Beyonce did one with Idris Elba. That one wasn't very good. Either.
Oh. My mom watched that or watches that.
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
I can't remember, but
All
It's
right,
better
well,
than all of
cares?
it. So let's rate it.
let's rate it.
So I'm not going to go too over the top with it. I'm giving it a 3, but I would watch it again. I love
wow,
the
God,
character.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, that's a
egg.
load of crap. You get good kills and nudity. How are you going to give it a 0?
Okay, I'll give it
Unimpressed.
a half for nudity.
So you change it to half star?
Yeah,
Half?
I'll give it
Half?
half.
All right. Kruger?
About like a 2.5.
All right. I'm a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take
We
that,
need-
Van Damme and Pepsi.
I don't know. We need to get like all the daughters since it's 20.
Oh, the Expendables with all the daughters?
All the daughters.
All the kids?
I would bet Steven Seagal's daughter probably is like lost both her feet from diabetes though with those
Jesus.
genes, but maybe I don't know. I could be
If
wrong.
he still has his, come on. All right, so I guess we're just gonna because we're gonna go full spoilers. I'm guessing on The Last of Us, so I think we should just go behind the spoiler wall.
Oh, I forgot about that. Right now.
Okay. Yes, but once again, before we do that, we're going to be live on Patreon after this to talk about the Razzies and the Oscars and whatever else comes up. The
Diet
controversy.
Pepsi.
Yes, wild cherry Pepsi, the nectar of the gods,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
all that good stuff. So, yes. Obsession. Thank you, Indie Phantom. Obsession was the Beyonce movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So,
Adios, Ben.
Okay. Bye, Ben.
Cool.
See you on Patreon. We'll be
We'll
there
see you
shortly.
on Patreon. So, Last of Us, which stars Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, and a bunch of other people. And in this, after a global pandemic destroys civilization, a hardened survivor takes charge of a 14-year-old girl who may be humanity's last hope. Now, before we get into this one, once again,
Let me put the
TVs.
spoiler wall.
Yeah, go for it.
I will finish what you're saying.
You can still talk while he does
want
it.
me to like do the
say what you're gonna say, and we'll throw it to the gimmick.
All right. So yes, we will be patreon.com/FleshWin Features right after the show. And it's being TV Terror Talk, that's always spoiler talk. So if you haven't watched them yet,
Be like Ben. Meet us over on Patreon.
Yeah.
And if you aren't joined on Patreon, gives you time to sign up. See?
There you go.
All right.
Please and thank you.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll be over there in a bit. Spoilers.
If he had a refreshing wild cherry Pepsi, he wouldn't have missed the cue for the spoiler thing. But I'm just saying.
Well, no,
but anyways,
because I literally
let it go, Todd. Let him finish.
Hurry up.
So
Speed it up, Dan.
I have not played the video games, but I've heard of them, so I know they're big. So my review will not have anything to do with what's missing from the game. I'm just judging it as a show.
Mm-hmm.
But Kruger, I believe you are a
I'm a fan. Yeah, I haven't played the second game, but when the first game came out, it was a big fucking deal, and I loved it. I thought it's honestly one of the best games story-wise I've ever played, especially with how well the characters are. The relationship between Joel and Elle, like they just really, really, really good stuff, and awesome gameplay too. And back in the day, it had like an online mode that me and my buddies used to play all the time, where it was just like team deathmatch style, but really violent, really fun. And when I found out that this was, going to be turned into a series, I was really, really excited. And then I watched Gaia back in 2021, which is very similar to The Last of Us with what they have going on with the plants infecting people and the fungus. So after I watched Gaia, I was like even more hyped for the show because I was really, really excited just to see how they were going to do it. First thing I'll say, there's shots in the first episode that literally look exactly like the video game. Actually, both episodes. They've done an amazing job on recreating the sets from the video game, and the characters look pretty good too. I was a little weary on Pedro Pascal playing Joel at first, but after the first 10 minutes of the fucking first episode, I was sold. And
he's the man.
Everybody's acting their ass off, doing a great job. The first episode definitely gets you in your feels with Joel losing his daughter, and it's like that in the video game too. You think that she's going to be a main character, and then boom, she's just fucking wiped off, and your heart sitting there heartbroken with this father that's lost his daughter. And they nailed it on in the first episode. And then the second episode, where we got to see the clickers for the first time, I think the makeup looks fantastic. There is a little difference with The Last of Us video game and the show as far as like the infection and the way it spreads. In the video game, there's like these spores that go airborne, and that's why like everybody gets infected. And in the show, the way that they spread the infection is almost like with this death kiss, which is actually, I think, even cooler. So the two episodes that I saw, I'm fucking fully invested. I think they're both like, 5 out of 5 fucking episodes. They nailed everything so far, and I just can't wait to see where the rest of it, the show is going to go. And I can't wait to see the different creatures too. There's these things called bloaters that are fucking sick as hell. And I just, when I get to see an on-screen bloater, I'm going to freak out.
Okay.
I never played the game, but knowing a bunch of gamers, I've heard this game is fucking amazing. And if this is just the tip of the game, like, I'm probably going to end up playing this. This is fantastic. This gives me like early on Walking Dead vibes, where I was like, I'm willing to be I'm willing to be super invested as long as you guys keep delivering this quality. I thought it was fucking outstanding. And it should be no surprise. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so watching The Mandalorian take care of another kid, yeah, I'm already hooked. And then you have the chick from Mindhunter. I'm fucking in. I instantly fell in love with the little girl in the beginning. Didn't know I would care that much, so that was heartbreaking. I was like, how does a parent deal with that type of pain? That sucks ass. But he manages to do it, and now he have a surrogate who's also from Game of Thrones. Lady Mormont, my favorite character. She's the baddest one in there, along with Ramsey. But yeah, I'm all in. The sets look cool. They lift like cut scenes from the game, and put it in the show. Like when she rings the bell, I saw a side by side. Fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm just impressed. And if they keep this will be my new appointment viewing for this season. I loved it. I'm all in.
Well, and like this is just touching, like this is like the first maybe hour and a half of the video game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're just scratching the surface. There's so much more to this story that I think like people that haven't played the game, they're going to be really surprised on what we're getting with these creatures.
Dude, the Che Guevara of Boston line cracked me up. I just want to throw that out there. What about you, Dan? Or Todd, whichever.
Yeah, I'm like the other. Well, everyone but Kruger didn't play the game. I actually have the game though because my kid like gave it to me because I was like, yeah, I'll play it after like 10 years ago, whatever. And I never played it, but now I kind of want to. But I also kind of want to wait till the show's done so I don't get it ruined. So I'm like, fuck. Maybe I'll play the level to like I don't recognize this.
Whatever you do, avoid hearing anything about the second game because it spoils.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally unfamiliar with the games. I knew this one was popular though because I've heard a lot of people talking about it. For me, well, number one, I've noticed that the people are loving this, which is rare nowadays because usually any kind of popular video game adaptation, there's a lot of people, a lot of the hardcore gamers shit on it, but so far everybody seems to be in love with this. Now I'm an easy mark for dystopian, end of the world, post-apocalypse stuff. I really am. There's a lot of bad stuff in that falls under that category that I still have a ton of fun with, and I do enjoy this one quite a bit. Definitely the best TV show Pedro Pascal has been in a while, and I think he was in some sci-fi thing on Disney. I like him. I feel bad for his character. I think they did a really good job killing off somebody that you wouldn't necessarily expect to die early on. For 2 episodes, I am emotionally involved, and that's a good thing. However, and this is not a criticism as far as I'm concerned, but just for other people with all the Walking Dead fatigue, I'm a little surprised that it's being embraced so hard.
I'm going to bring up, we're going to segue that into Daily Ghost comment, actually.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
So go ahead and read it for us.
Daily Ghost. For those who know the game, is this show going to end up differentiating itself a good amount from Walking Dead? For this casual viewer, it's too similar.
Well, yeah, I would say the story definitely is a lot different than what you got in The Walking Dead. Granted, I checked out after 2 seasons of The Walking Dead, and I haven't read any of the graphic novels, so like I don't know really too much about where the
graphic novels are very different.
Yeah. But as far as like the game story, it's a lot different. And plus, I think the various creatures, the twist in the story, like those things are going to probably differentiate itself.
So it's like a similar setup, but then we kind of go our own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is zombie-ish. And it's not zombies exactly, but it's nothing you haven't seen before. Story-wise, I mean, I will throw that out there.
That's the thing. Are we at the point where it's like everything Walking Dead did it, like Simpsons did it, because they have like 8 shows on so many different networks? I mean, they've covered a lot of fucking ground.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I could easily see this also falling apart. I'm invested enough in the first 2 episodes. I like the cast. Again, Pedro Pascal, always been a fan of his. For even before he was a big deal.
Big Wonder Woman 84 guy.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, Todd. I mean, it's goddamn. I mean, it's just best movie of all time. Come on, Todd. Even you don't like Wonder Woman 84.
It's in 3D.
But yeah, it's just shit on my face and call it 3D.
Okay, remember when we see him.
I think that that's so I like this shit. So like, you know, Quiet Earth, you name it, Last Man on Earth. I'm a child of Richard Matheson. I just love this concept. And I don't know. I'm a little surprised. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's a very good, high quality production. I'm just amazed that it seems to be universally loved, because I thought the fatigue with Walking Dead.
I've seen some naysayers. It's not universally loved, Dan. There are some purists who are like, fuck that. I'll just play the game.
It's a Dan circle if it's a
my bad.
But I know several people who play the game and are happy and are very quick to shit on things that love it. So
good.
Well, I think if they don't differentiate the story from like the video game, it's a true adaptation. It's everybody's gonna virtually be like, holy shit, this is amazing. Because I mean, there's a reason why it's like one of the most acclaimed PlayStation games of all time.
Yeah,
but I will say there is an audience out there that when this was coming out, and people are saying the same thing about God of War now. What's the point? You know, just fucking watch along with the video game, because it's going to be way better than anything that you've seen in the show. I don't know. Like, this is really making me kind of excited now for that God of War Amazon series, as long as it has a high budget.
Well, we saw their Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah,
but we also saw The Boys. So
okay, that's true.
Good. Invincible, like a violent show can be done right over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hehouse of the Dragon, I haven't finished, but
I love that shit. Fuck all you.
I love House of the Dragon. Why fuck me? I just
fuck you anyway. I got it for everybody.
Open your fucking ears.
It's the Pepsi. Game of Thrones is the Coke.
Tripping, Todd.
And Dan, just saying, you may get your wish.
Ooh, okay. Hashtag mushroom.
We're gonna shit on you, right on.
I know, that's what I got. He already messaged somebody.
Damn.
I mean, dude, it can't be that hard. Just offer somebody on Skid Row like $5, they'll do it.
Big T, can we just take a moment to talk about how amazing The Boys is? Anytime and every time. The Boys is fucking incredible. Homelander.
Spoiler.
Oh no, I don't think we're done. I don't know if we're done, but The Boys.
Yeah,
that's about all I've got plot wise. Really, I mean, I was expecting but we're 2 episodes in. Once again, there might be that mind blowing development.
From what I understand, the 3rd episode is the one that's like, oh my god, that made the execs like shit themselves.
The whole okay, the girls got the cure thing. I mean, every story beat so far I've seen a million times.
Yeah,
but the hardest line is
much more than that, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hardest line though is yeah, you may not be infected, but you're not immune to getting torn apart. I'm like, that's fucking cool.
and I think the strongest thing about the story, honestly, is just Joel and Elle's relationship. It's there's so much character development, and I don't want to spoil anything, but just trust me, it's not just, she's not just like one of those characters that's just along for the ride.
Dude, that PTSD moment when Joel snapped and just went off, dude, was like, so that probably felt awesome, but I'd be scared shitless around that dude.
Well, and it shows you he's not a good dude. He's changed. His daughter's death has changed him, but this new girl that he's having to take care of, it's changing him back to the old him.
I got some crossover and a reunion for this.
Real quick, Swaggy G, Homelander's a great villain. Whatever. He's not a villain. He's my hero. He's a hero in his own story. And Big T says, we need a Flesh Wound The Boy show. Sign it up. Kruger and I will take care of that if necessary. Yeah. I'm fucking in. I love that shit. Okay, go. I'm sorry, Dan. A reunion, you were saying?
What we need with the whole mushroom angle, what we need to have happen, since Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage were in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, we cross over his character from Pig into this universe.
Yes,
he's a survivor. His character from Pig, one of his best movies. and you get him in there, and he's got the secret to killing the mushroom kaiju.
Dude, that would be amazing. I'm
you
fucking
go.
in. Shut up
I'm
and
sold.
take my money.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait for Renfield. Or was it Renfield or Rainfield?
Renfield.
Renfield, yeah.
Big T, do a retrospective of the past seasons. It's a great way to get people within your community caught up with the newer season.
All right.
I'm a Punisher Batman fan. I'm in for a boy show from you guys.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's
Well, now here's the big question: do you want it a Dan free show, or do we have to make him watch it?
No, make him watch it, dude.
Like, Dan will like
I
it.
gotta catch up is the only problem. If you
That's the
want-
thing.
that's
We could
what-
do one episode at a time for a while.
That's a retrospective.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make
I'm
it.
in. I can do that right
Yeah,
now.
I'll rewatch that shit like nothing, dude.
We will have the Secret Santa stuff coming next month.
Next
from,
month?
Yeah.
Patreon.
Also, if you guys want us to do Invincible, also throw that down there.
Yeah.
That's Bugs trying to watch it again.
Yeah.
Me too, dude.
Dan's like, if you want to
Mark.
Dude.
Did you start? Well,
So I think that's all we have for you now, but we are going to be live on Patreon in the next few minutes. Patreon.com/fleshwound features. It all starts at just a buck. We scream at each other even more so on there. So if you like that, we're going to talk about the Oscar nominations. If you're a newer listener and are unfamiliar, we do a big Oscar show where we cover everything. So it's not just horror and exploitation here.
That's where the features falls in.
Yeah, we get put the suits on and do the serious critic stuff.
One of us did. Serious.
Absolutely.
Serious, a little strong of a word, Dan.
That's why I'm not on these fucking shows.
You don't wanna-
Get the fuck out of here.
I want to see Kruger's review of The Whale. You gotta make it happen.
I do want to see. I am curious. Yeah.
It'll probably piss me off, to be honest.
I really do.
you'd like
I
it.
want to. I want to know your opinion of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I do think you'd like that movie.
yeah.
Yeah, you dig that one. Pretty
Yeah,
much everybody does.
it's still on my list, but the whale,
What?
like, I don't know. I don't want to fucking go and be depressed about a fat person. I fucking
Well, we could talk about this on the other one.
Yeah, we'll
That's your
continue this
sneak peek.
discussion over on patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Mixed up what is when. Flesh Wound After Dark tomorrow, the Animal Instinct show. Those have been really popular, and we've got a lot more.
It's our
After
first of
Dark
Shannon
content.
of Shannon.
Shannon Weary.
Right.
Shannon Weary, yes. So let's see if Shannon Weary can unseat Shannon Tweed, because goddamn, Shannon Tweed's
It's a
popular.
pretty hard one. It's
It's
a
a
hard
hard
one.
one, but
Although that first show, the more the popular one, Shannon Tweed's only one of those four.
this is true. So we'll see who fondly remembers Animal Instincts, and there will be more After Dark coming your way. Also, don't miss the Slava interview, whether you're a horror fan, wrestling fan, porno fan, yes, ABN Hall of Famer, baby. That'll be a really fun conversation, and quite possibly a can't miss interview. I think that's going to be really good. Yeah, we got a lot of other cool shit too. We'll see you on Patreon. Good night. We love you.
Good evening.
whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.